Alright everybody, it's Metal Man 8713 here today. Excuse me, I'm just gonna get comfortable just for a second. I'm sitting on the floor in me room, at the moment. I've got a couple of short videos here today, and also, I haven't done one of these in a long time, since probably around 5 or 6 years ago when I did one of my Motorhead compilations on there. It was the best of, which covered all the band's hits from 75 until 2000. Well, anyway, I've got a couple of I've just plucked out a random couple of albums from me collection. Well, just to pluck out for a review of. So, yep. Anyway, I've got one, possibly two today, which I've chosen to review. This is the first one, which I'm going to do. It's of Whitesnake's 1984 album. Slide it in. This is actually a special edition of the album, because when it got released 8 years ago, when this version got released 8 years ago, it marked the 25th anniversary of this album coming out, so it's a 25th anniversary edition. And this one over here, yep, it's another compilation which I'm just going to randomly review. It is Slade. So, yep, well anyway, very first off, we've got Whitesnake, 1984-2009, slide in, here we go. First start off with the outside of the album itself. Well, anyway, we've got the familiar Whitesnake snake logo on here, and Slide It In was actually the last album to use it, 1984-2009, on here, 25th anniversary edition, or, so, yep. And silver anniversary edition, Slide It In, type in on there, and then this is probably an alternate photo of, from the photo sessions taken to the album, which featured this lady on here with a snake, but on the front it had a snake going down her front. Yep, says it again on the side here, special edition, music from EMI. And here is the back of the album on here. And also this special edition is quite unique because, and the album is unique because this album was originally recorded in the UK originally with the lineup of David Coverdale, blues guitarist Mickey Moody, who else? Mel Galley, former guitarist from a band called Trapeze, Colin Hodgkinson on bass, John Lord from Deep Purple on keyboards, and on drums, none other than Cozy Powell himself. So yep, and when that got released, it said in some reviews about them, some of the lyrics got criticised, and also there was a bit of criticism about the overall mix of the album, which some people said it was flat, possibly. And also, when Mickey Moody and David Coverdale, who was actually from my area originally, and well, both of them are, so yep. Well, anyway, Mickey Moody left the band in 1983 because of the Whitesnake sort of changing, and also it was because of Mickey Moody being embarrassed in front of John Sykes, who was his replacement in Whitesnake. He was just sitting there, as you do, and then he was chatting away to John Sykes, and Mickey Moody was just sitting quiet, and then he just turned to him and went like, "Don't you ever turn your back on the audience again." And then he went, "Pardon?" And then he said, "That's really unprofessional." And then, right in front of John Sykes. And then afterwards he almost said to David Coverdale, "Right, that's it, get him in the band." Well, anyway, he left after the Monsters of Rock tour from 1983 because they were the headliners that year for Monsters of Rock festival in Donington, the predecessor festival to Download. Anyway, they left the band, and the lineup started changing gradually as well in that time. Well, because bass player Colin Hodgkinson had been fired, because they felt he was not going to suit the new style in which they were going for at the time, and Mickey Moody left the band because of what I've just explained, and also because David drifted away from him in a way, and they weren't really friends anymore by that time. So yeah, and his replacement was John Sykes, and when Colin Hodgkinson got fired, he got replaced by the band's former bass player, Neil Murray, who, from Scotland, he's been with quite a few bands himself, Whitesnake being one of his most notable bands. Well, anyway, that's the UK mix, I've described it already, but when it got released in America, it got remixed for the release there, and Mickey Moody's guitar parts and bassist Colin Hodgkinson's drum parts got replaced by John Sykes' guitar, and also Neil Murray's bass, and it also concentrates the mix. The guitars and drums are higher in that mix than the UK version, because the UK mix is the bass and keyboards are higher in that mix than the other one. Yeah, and on disc 2, we've got quite a few videos on disc 2. We've got the music videos for Guilty of Love, Slow and Easy, and Love Ain't No Stranger. Guilty of Love from Donington in 1983. Love Ain't No Stranger from when David Coverdale briefly reformed Whitesnake in 1997, and in two of his Restless Heart album, it was recorded during an acoustic show in Tokyo. Give Me More Time, live on Top of the Pops in January 1984, it says on there, and that episode was actually on television in June. It's most probably on BBC iPlayer if you fancy seeing that Whitesnake performance on there, but if it isn't, you'll be able to find it on YouTube if you type it in. And this one, another performance of Love Ain't No Stranger, yep, live in the still of the night, a concert video shot by Whitesnake at the Hammersmith in around 2005, I think it was. And yep, album produced and mixed by Martin Birch, he was the producer for, I'm going to name a couple of bands, Deep Purple and Iron Maiden as well. Yep, original album produced and mixed by Martin Biggie as Birch on behalf of Whitesnake's overseas productions, and we wish you well, and the executive producer of this album, David Coverdale. Yep, barcode, that, and everything. Here we go. Sorry, just had to focus. I'll probably cut that out, probably. Yep, and there's some more information on the bottom, right here. And, yep, anyway, let's open it up, have a look. Let's open and have a look, shall we? Open this up. Yep. Quite like surprises, do you like surprises? Because I certainly do love a Jack in the Box with a lot of ice cream on top. And in one of me videos when I did a walk, I remember staff thought I was hallucinating for a second. Anyway, got a photo of David Coverdale singing away his heart out on there. And here we've got the single releases for Give Me More Time, Standing in the Shadow, and Love Ain't No Stranger on here. Oh, yep, all fabulous on here. We've got the discs in here, disc 1, right there, and disc 2. And if you lift up the discs for a second, if you lift them up for a second, excuse me arm for a second. Yeah, got a little collage on there, look at that. On there. Look, little collage on there, look at this. Fantastic. Absolutely, this is absolutely fantastic. Here we go, and yep. And last but not least, for this album, I've got a little handbook in here which I'm going to have a little flick through. It's right in this sleeve up in here. Anyway, if any person got the original album, this is what the original album cover was on here. Yep, a snake going down the woman's front into the zones somewhere. I'm not going to say. Right, and this will have liner notes and information about what happened during that time. I'm just going to have a quick look. A quick look at this. There's the band before the Metamorphosis on there. Quick look at this, which I'm gonna flick through. Yep. Yep. Well, we won't flick through everything, we're just gonna go through things at random. Mel Galley on there, who was with Trapeze. Yep, a little snippet from Kerrang! Magazine in 1984. The singles and album charts back then. And also as well, after this video, if you fancy more Whitesnake from my channel, I have got a triple concert on my channel, which I am going to be possibly doing a remade version of, since it's my 5th anniversary year on YouTube. I've got quite a lot more anniversary videos to come. Anyway, here is a promotional poster for Slide It In on there. Sorry, I apologise if this review is taking so long, folks. I just love to talk. and also, every time I talk, well, not every time, but most times when I talk in a video, I end up doing it a lot longer than I think it is. Let's have a look. Nice little book. Oh yep, this is the review on here for Slide It In, Whitesnake. Yep. Got the Monsters of Rock poster, which, again, Whitesnake was the headliner I mentioned. Well, it was their first time headlining, actually. And then here is the lineup after the Metamorphosis, most of it, I should say. Yep, and they toured in support of this album from February 1984. And also, and it continued until, I'll probably say, just in case if I don't look through, January 1985, when they played at the Rock in Rio show. The very first Rock in Rio festival, actually, I should say. Right, I'm just gonna... We won't... Look, flick through this. Yeah, this was the lineup after the change, and then John Lauder left Whitesnake during this tour because he had to rejoin Deep Purple, actually. Yep. And then when John Lauder left, Whitesnake became a 4-piece, as you see in this photo up here. There ain't no stranger on there. Only got a few more pages to go. Well, we're nearly there. Got a shot of Whitesnake in concert on here from the time. He's talking about some of the lyrics on here, and also about your Geffen. David Coverdale, he was from Saltburn, actually. He grew up in what's now part of a hotel, on top of Oh yeah, I did mention what Slide It In got a bit of criticism over here. It says it in this pamphlet. on, on. Nice look on here. And then this is album cover shots on here. Very fabulous, all fabulous album covers on here. This girl's a 17-year-old on here. It said, called Francesca. She's with the snake on here. See the snake? Everyone. Yep. I think this is probably a very, very big change in camera angle from what I normally do. Excuse me. just making noise just a second. Anyway, I'm nearly done. Anyway, I think that's about finished, and there's just lyrics on here for some of the songs. On here, yep. Anyway, that's it. No, that's it for that one. That's the end of part 1, and now coming up in part 2. Well, anyway, that's the end of part 1, and now part 2 is coming up.